maybe the easiest way to see just how important prices are is to see what happens when they don't exist. If we look at a big company, say, that has a lot of divisions, a lot of people working within it, a lot of departments, those departments may need work done by one another. If you're in the accounting department, you might need human resources to do something for you. If you're in supply chain, you might need an analytics group to do stuff for you. Now, how do we decide how to assign those departments and divisions that are in value, that are in demand? How do we decide how much time human resources can give to different departments? How much time an analytics group can give to different departments? This is going to be a really tricky thing for managers to be able to do because they don't know how much value is being created by each of these different divisions and groups as they work for or with other parts of the company. One potential solution to this that has been developed over the last couple of decades is the idea of an internal market, where we try to recover the information that prices would usually serve by creating an artificial market at a firm and then getting prices back. So one really good example of this is the food bank network Feeding America. Feeding America was running into a problem where they had a hard time allocating the food that was being donated to them. They had a particular method of doing this, which was a first in, first out queue, essentially, where the food banks that were first in line would get first access to whatever food became available. The problem here, though, is that if you're first in line, well, of course you're going to take all of the food that you perceive that you need, but that may not leave enough for other people. It may be that just because you were first in line, you didn't actually have the greatest need for that food. What Feeding America did was they set up an auction for this food with artificial currency where each of the food banks was given a bunch of currency to use. Now, as one of these food banks with this artificial currency, you know that you could just go out and spend it on the first thing that's available, but maybe that first thing that's available is not something that you need. Maybe there's a bunch of canned vegetables available, but you don't need those. You need fresh vegetables instead. So what you could do is you could wait until the fresh vegetables come up for auction. You could bid your currency on that, and then you could hopefully win the auction for those products that were really valuable. Now, by itself, as an allocation method, this is useful because you don't want to waste your currency. You want to use it on those things that are more valuable. But there's another really, really beneficial thing that Feeding America was able to get out of this, which is that they learned about the value of each of these products to their member food banks. See, if everybody is trying to bid on the fresh vegetables, then what happens is that the price, the internal price of the fresh vegetables starts to go up. Then Feeding America can see this, and they can go to their suppliers and say, hey, look, if you're looking to donate stuff to us, vegetables are really, really valuable to us right now, and so please donate more vegetables to us and less of these other things that aren't in high demand. By implementing this auction, Feeding America got back prices, which could then serve this role of sending signals about what's valuable and aggregating dispersed information across hundreds of different member food banks.